Okay, guys, welcome back to our post-spring break uh, English 250 class. I realized last time at the end of class I completely forgot to review. We do that thing where we like to review where we've been. And last time we completed the art and authors unit. But I think it's because these guys are so complicated and there's so many of them coming at you. I think it's a good idea to stop and just like review where we've been. So in order to review, and I finished art and authors last time, and today we're starting on our art and audiences, which is the final unit in the course. And because I finished that, but I forgot to go over the review. So what I would like to do now is Bernard is going to help me go over these cards now. So here, with no further ado, is Bernard. Hey, Bernard, our very important teaching assistant, and also Maureen. Okay, so to review. Okay, we started off. Hey, good job, Bernard. Bernard's doing an extremely good job. Okay, so Bernard is here with the art and reality unit. So Bernard, let's see where we've been. Good job, Bernard. Okay, so the first person we looked at, Bernard, you gotta move your arm. Okay, so the first person we looked at was Plato. Okay, so Plato said art is a bad copy of reality. Yep, okay, good. It tells lies and distracts us and is evil. Okay, that's good. Good job. Okay, next up we had Sydney, who disagreed with Plato. So Sydney said, lies and art are totally different things. Art inspires and educates. All right, it's not lies, it's fiction, and fiction is everybody knows it's not lies because it's fiction, and fiction's not lies, it's fiction. It's a separate category. Don't confuse the two of them.
Like cheese guys.
Yeah, good point, Bernard. Okay, what's next? Pope. Okay, Alexander Pope. He agrees with Plato that art is a copy of reality, but Pope thinks art is a good copy of reality, and since reality was made by God, copying that reality must be good, and therefore art is good. Art is a good copy of reality. Alexander Pope. All right, looking good. All right. Next up, we have Oscar Wilde, my very favorite of our theorists. Yay for Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde's the best, and he knows all of the things. So Oscar Wilde agrees with Plato that art tells lies. But Oscar Wilde thinks art telling lies is actually really good. Yay! So Oscar Wilde agrees with Plato that art tells lies, but Oscar Wilde thinks art telling lies is really, really good because reality is terrible and art is an escape. Okay, so next up we have, and that was the end. No, next up, next card. Okay, next up we have Jacques Derrida, the most destructive person, the Joker of our class. Okay.
What is this card, though?
I like how you did that in like a Bill and Ted voice. That's great. Whoa. Okay. For some of our younger viewers. Okay. So Derrida says art is made up of signs, usually words in our case. This is slightly more complicated, but art is made up of signs, words. And Derrida wants to know, but do those signs, words, actually connect to reality or not? It is definitely a stumper, Bernard. Good point. Okay, next card. Good job. Okay, next up we have Baudrillard. Now, Baudrillard is the last guy in our art and reality unit. And Baudrillard ends the unit by saying, boy, I cannot even tell the difference between art and reality. That they start to blur and blend together, and we look around and we say, I don't know what, and we feel crazy and dizzy. And good job, Bernard. Okay, Bernard's really doing a good job. Bernard would be very good at academic theory charades. Okay, so next up, we have the art and authors unit, which is the unit we finished right before spring break. So let's review what we did with the art and authors unit. Next card, Bernard. Okay, the first person in our art and authors unit is Wordsworth. And Wordsworth says art is the emotional expression of an author. And okay, Wordsworth says art is the emotional expression of the author. And of course, with Wordsworth, we're really paying a lot of attention to the author when we read art, which was not necessarily true of Milton and Homer and Virgil. Okay, next up.
He was swooning.
He's swooning. Oh no, it's very drama because Wordsworth, like Bernard, is a massive drama queen. Okay. Next up, we have Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf asks a very, very important question about authors and art, which is who the hell gets to be an author in the first place? Spoiler alert, it's wealthy white guys. Okay, next up.
This is something we know.
Yes.
Yes.
But you know, we feel like we invented it recently, and Virginia Woolf had this conversation in 1929 where she points out, you know, so Virginia Woolf's extremely good. Okay, next up we have Brooks. Clenth, yes, his first name is Clenth. Next up we have Brooks. Brooks says, ignore the author. He says, let's just talk about the words on the page and what they do and how they relate to each other. I don't want to talk about authors, says Brooks. Good job. Okay. Next up, we have the most influential person in my life, Harold Bloom. Ba-bam! Harold Bloom. Harold Bloom says that art is one author trying to outdo another author by twisting up that first author's works. So it's essentially one author twisting the work of an earlier author to create the new thing. Okay, good. All right, next up, Foucault. Bum, bum, bum. I keep ending these units with very serious French skeptics.
Bernard
So
likes Foucault.
Bernard likes Foucault?
Yeah.
Crazy Bernard, you're a madman. All right. So Foucault raises the issue of, are we sure we know what an author is and where an author starts and stops, right? Because you would think once J.K. Rowling finished Harry Potter, that's the end of the story. But what if J.K. Rowling gets drunk and goes on Twitter and says crazy things happen to the characters after the thing is over? Is that official? Or what even is that? And how do we know where authors begin and end? It's a stumper, Bernard. Agreed. Okay, and that's the end of that card. Okay, so that's it. No, Bernard, we're not doing the art and audiences is the unit. This is a review. We're not doing art and audiences because art and audiences is the. No, we're not. No, because it's going to be spoilers. Everyone's going to get spoilers for where we're going with the rest of the semester. Okay, Bernard, just. Okay, Bernard wants to do. Okay, Bernard wants to do spoilers. Bernard, all right, next card. Let's see it, Bernard. Okay, so next up, that's today's class, or maybe I don't know what I'm doing today. But next up, the art and authors unit, we have Freud. Freud says that art matters because it reflects the hidden, fucked up desires of the audience. That the pieces of art that are popular because they express the hidden, fucked up desires of the audience. Okay, good job. That's Freud. Freud's one of my very favorites, and we're going to have fun with Freud. Okay, next up. Okay, next up we have, and I actually am going to need Maureen's help here because I perpetually get this wrong. Bourdieu.
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 Okay, Chef Bourdieu. Chef Boyardee. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, good job.
And delicious.
Okay, so Bourdieu.
Bourdieu.
Bourdieu. What am I doing? Because I feel like you're correcting me, but I also feel like we're saying the exact same thing. What am I doing? You say it.
Bourdieu.
Bourdieu. Bourdieu. Okay, am I doing it? Okay, here's the card. So Bourdieu says, taste in art, meaning the art that you like or don't like. He says, taste in art is nice, is how you connect or disconnect with groups. So that is an interesting one. That's actually one of my favorite days of class, going over this dude, however you pronounce his name. Bourdieu. Bourdieu. All right, next card. This is sort of our last card, although not really, because I'll probably add some other people in there. But or Adorno, it's a very depressing place to end, so I won't end here. I'll put something else at the end. But Adorno's point is that art. This is really depressing. Art is how elite culture brainwashes. Bernard's already sad thinking about it. Art is how elite culture brainwashes you into supporting the ruling class. Okay, guys, that was review of class. Special thanks to Bernard and Maureen for getting us through this. Okay, okay, guys, let's end on a happy note, everybody. All right, thank you, Maureen and Bernard, and I will see you guys in the next video. Good job.